Guys, this is PARM with Pro Box Respect TKO. I'm here with Ashley Theophane, former British light welterweight champion and world title contender. Ashley, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing very good.
Good, bro. We're at a boxing gym, which is very close to where you grew up.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're very fond of the place here, and you come back. Is this where you normally train when you come back?
Yeah, so when I'm back home, I always come here. The All Stars Boxing Club to stay in shape. You know, I've done some camps here, and I've been coming in now 29 years. So this is my home away from home.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I saw you at your call recently at a boxing show. I think probably about 2 or 3 weeks now. How long are you back in town for?
I'm here until my next fight date, so I'm just waiting, just staying in shape and just waiting for my opponent. And when I get my opponent, I'll be back in Vegas.
Okay, there's a gentleman on the side. We're going to be a little while, mate, so whatever you need to do, come. Yeah, it's fine. Actually, like I mentioned, obviously you were the former British champion. Also, last year, wasn't it? You had the big fight with Adrian Broner. Excellent. We're going to come back to a bit of that at the moment, mate. Now, for some of the people who don't know, you obviously spend some of your time in Vegas. How did that come about, mate? And let me also expand. You're part of the Money Mayweather gym as well.
Yeah.
Ash, sorry, bro. Just go back slightly.
So basically, good. So basically, I was in camp in New York. I used to do camp over there, and I just wanted to change for a while. So I went over to Vegas because I saw that Floyd was in camp for the Cotto fight.
Yeah.
Went over there, met Floyd. He was cool with me. I was there for 2 weeks. So when I was no longer British champ, I thought I'd try to get back on the team. So then I went back there, and then it was for the GORAYA camp. Then I was sparring with a lot of the guys in the gym, and then after Floyd's fight, he called me over and he said I was part of his team. So it was a great night for me.
So you actually started, as you just mentioned, was it 2005? I mean, you started.
2005. I went over to New York, and then I was doing camps there, and that's when I first just went over there just to test to see how cool I was.
Yeah.
But I'd always dreamed of boxing in America. And then I went there for a month in August of 2005, and a lot of the guys in the gym were just saying that I could go far, and I had sparred with some world champions, some former world champs.
Yeah.
And I was doing well, and a lot of the guys said I had promise. And I just kept going back there, kept improving. Dimitri Salita, he flew me out for a lot of camps as well, and it was just bit by bit, just working hard, and I improved. Like, it was hands-on that I improved on the job.
You mentioned at the Gleason's gym, you sparred some champions, former champions. Just some of them to name: Malignaggi, Guzman, Yuri Foreman.
Yeah.
Any of them that I know they're all tough competitors. You all guys are.
Yeah.
Anyone in particular that you thought, wow, he's tough?
Well, out of New York was Guzman, because I loved to watch him fight. He was skillful, and it was just nice to watch one do his thing. Like watching one, like just sparring with one, just seeing he was doing his moves, what I used to see him doing in fights.
Yeah.
So it was great to spar with one. The number one on the list would be Floyd, because I sparred with Floyd a handful of time. I was part of his sparring team for Canelo camp and the Berto camp, so it's always great to be there with Floyd.
Mate, you know, when as somebody who does interviews, but also more as a boxing fan, that just is goosebumps.
Yeah.
How does that feel for you? Because you're sparring the guy.
Yeah, the very first time I was in the ring with him, I remember just getting in the ring, and then I just turned around, and then opposite me was Floyd, and it was just like wow, like this is the number one boxer in the world, the pound for pound guy.
Yeah.
And for me, there's a lot of fighters that get in the ring and they get so nervous, they just get pummeled. But for me, I enjoyed being in the ring with him so much. I used to just give my best. Yeah. And then I sparred very well, and then that's how Floyd would say that he believes I could be world champ, believes I could be AAB, and that's how it came about. But it was always great to be with Floyd, and then he would give you feedback on what you do good, like what you do bad. So
Ash, I'm a huge fan of TBE.
Yeah.
Just for the viewers, give us an indication, because there are, listen, like any sports people, you're going to have people who love them, people who don't.
Yeah.
Give the viewers a small flavour. How good is it?
Now Floyd, because even Floyd has asked me what I find, what he does the best, or what I find hard being in the ring of him. And to me, I always say it's his mind.
Yeah.
Because he's fast, he's got skills, but he makes you think, and he like the longer the fight goes on, as you will see in these fights,
Yeah.
he reads what you do. So we, as boxers, we all have things what we always do, and he gets into a thing where he reads you, and then he just shuts it down. So that's how a lot of his fights, like folks say, it's not good because he just wins too easy. Because it's just that he's so smart that he finds out what you do, your strengths, your weaknesses, and then he just plays on that. So for me, it's more of a thinking match being in there with Floyd.
Yeah.
And if you make a mistake, he's gonna make you pay, because he just see what you're doing wrong, bam, he's gonna hit.
Yeah, because
So,
it must be one thing,
yeah.
mate, sitting in front of video after video, watching it. But that's what I think. I mean, when you look at some of the biggest fights in the last few years, Canelo versus Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, and it just seems like he reads the situation. He shuts them down.
So, as I say, a lot of fans would say, "Oh, the fight with Manny was boring." Floyd done what he does. He's done in his last fights for the last 4 or 5 years. So if it was boring, you have to blame Manny, because Manny didn't do his job. Like Floyd shut him down, and he won the fight the way he wanted to win the fight. It was Manny that couldn't do what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think for most of us who, I won't say necessarily it's just about knowing boxing, would 150% agree with what you just said. And it was up to Manny Pacquiao to probably step in and do something different. But
at the same time, you could say that Cotto fought a great match with Floyd.
Yeah.
So you could, a lot of guys say, "Oh, Floyd runs, he runs. But Floyd will stand there and fight, like sparring. He stands there and bangs. So he stands there and fights. So with the Cotto fight, he showed that. Like he wasn't moving around. He was on the ropes and just fighting him. So Floyd can do it all.
we got the phone ringing as well.
Floyd can do it all, but it is, you know.
I'll tell you what, I think the result would have been exactly the same, but I would have loved to see Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather when they was at the lower weights.
Yeah.
You know, because he was amazing. Take it off the hook. All right, gonna leave it off the hook now. Mate, very quickly going back to yourself. You won the British title against Lenny Dawes in 2011.
Yeah.
You fought Adrian Broner last year. Is there a career highlight for you, mate, in terms of a fight?
For me, a highlight fights for me is some fights that I've lost where it was my my US like my debut, which I lost.
Right.
It had been always a goal of mine to fight in America. And it was so hard for me to get that debut. Like it was 2008, I think, that I made it, and I was in America from 2005. So it was like 3 years of just trying to work and trying to get the opportunity.
Yeah.
And then it was a very tough fight. You know, I think it was a fight of 2 halves. The reporters there thought it was a draw where he won the first 5 rounds and I won the last 5, but the judges, but from when he won the first 5 rounds, they just kept scoring the fight to him. But that fight there was a very good fight, but because I lost that fight, it got me the Marcus Corley fight in August of 2008.
Right.
And he had just lost to Devin Alexander. I think the previous year he had just fought Whittaker for the world title. So I was the underdog then. I wasn't supposed to win. And then I won that fight, and then that was like my coming out fight in America, because that's when they were like, "Oh, this kid can fight."
Yeah.
And then yeah.
All of a sudden that makes you like a marquee name out there, doesn't it?
So then I fought Danny Garcia. I lost to Danny Garcia, but then losing that fight, it got me the fight with Delvin Rodriguez, who was 3rd in the world at the time and was supposed to go on to fight Canelo, and I was his warm-up fight.
Yeah.
Then I beat him, so then I was world number 4. So there's fights that maybe folks outside don't realize, but for me, it was a big deal because it helped launch my career even more. So when I beat Delvin, that's when I got the British title fight, because John Ingle, he wanted Lenny Dawes to get my world ranking because I was so high in the thing, because I was supposed to get a world title eliminator next.
Okay.
But the money wasn't good, so then I went for the British title because I was like, in my mind, I always believed I was gonna beat Lenny, so I was like, I'd rather take the easier fight for more money than take the world title eliminator, which was gonna be a hard fight for, I think it was like 20,000 US, and I was supposed to fight Randall Bailey, and he's a killer. Yeah. I'm not fighting him for 20,000.
No. Mate, and people don't get that sometimes, especially us boxing fans, because we put it out there on, especially on social media, on groups, and we don't realise.
You gotta pay your team, you gotta pay your coach, you gotta pay your coach, you gotta pay the rest of your training staff, then you gotta pay your manager.
Yeah.
Like that, then you gotta pay tax. So majority of the time, wherever you get paid, half of that is gone straight away. So if I would have got 20,000 for the Randall Bailey fight, I would have just taken home like 10,000. So even if I had won, it would have been a hard fight. Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's 10,000 US. So what's that in pounds? It's not even a lot of money. Yeah. So I'm not going to take no hard fight like that for that kind of money. So for me, I took the British title fight that was nearly twice as much. It's the easiest fight.
And that's the thing, because I know you guys will fight anybody, but there is, when you're taking such a risky fight.
I say it's all about like what I'm going to get paid. Because at the end of the day, when boxers get hurt, majority of the time, fans forget about them and they move onto the next guy or the next starts. You got like Michaela now. He's blind, he's deaf. His family, he's got a low half brim out, you know. So it's a tough. Not nice.
It's a tough sport.
Yes,
you're obviously in great shape. I know you made your pro debut in 2003. Right. Bit of a silly question because you're still looking excellent. Yeah. Are you thinking about retirement at all, or?
Well, you know, there's some of my team who talk about it because my team want me to do stuff after boxing.
Right.
Like they want to open up like gyms around the UK stuff. But close the door if you're going to open the door. You can see I'm doing an interview. You have manners. So anyway. So what was the question? Well, yes.
About you thinking about retirement.
I've got 40 more. I've got 40 victories. I want 50 victories. So that's my goal. I don't box for anyone. So I set goals on for myself. So I need 10 more victories, and then whatever I achieve in there, Floyd has said, you know, if I just keep winning, he'll get me another world title fight. So at the end of the day, I've got to keep winning these little fights, what are in between.
Yep.
And stuff. But
touch wood, buddy.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. So at the end of the day, I am 36 years old. I don't want to box forever because it's a hard sport. It's not even about the fight. The training camps are hard, like just going away from your family and whatnot, and what you have to put your body through. So for me, like 10 more fights, like get my wins, and then what would be in that time? Yeah.
As a boxing fan, mate, obviously you're signed up to the money team. Yeah. How often do you get to, even while you're here in London, how often do you get to talk to Floyd at all?
Well, I messaged him the other day because it's his birthday.
That's right, yeah, happy birthday.
Friday, yeah. So,
that's right.
It was a shame I couldn't be there because my friend flew me out to Iceland.
Right.
So I couldn't be at the party, but the party looked very good. So the last 2 years I've been at his birthday parties. So yeah, it was a shame I couldn't be here. But I just sent him a text to say just have a great day and that, and he responded, thanks family.
You have to make up for it when you go back.
Yeah, no, well he's supposed to be here in another week, so I'll see Floyd in another week.
That's right.
He's supposed to be here for his European tour.
UK tour.
Yeah,
and while we're on camera, a mutual friend of ours, good guy, Dan. Just want to say hi to Dan as well. Dan Wetlofer.
Oh, I think. Dan the man.
Dan the man.
Yeah, Dan the man. That's my
He's
guy.
probably out there driving his Tesla somewhere right now as we speak.
Yeah, that's my guy.
He's the man. Sorry, viewers. That's the just the phone going off on the side. Your last fight, obviously, a good unanimous decision win. You're now waiting, so possibly.
I've been told April. So at the end of the day, I have to win these little fights what are in between. And you know, because before I lost to AB, I won 6 on the trot. So at the end of the day, you just have to keep winning, and then it's up to the champs. If it's Burns, whoever, if they want to give me that shot, then yeah.
Well, you're in the right promotional company, mate. No doubt about that. Listen, looking ahead this weekend, both sides of the pond, you've got two big fights. You've got Danny Garcia, who you fought, versus one-time Thurman, and over here you've got Hay versus Bellew. Any predictions on those? Are you looking forward to the fights?
It's a great weekend of fights, and I'm gonna go with Thurman, but I think if it's a tight fight, they'll give it to Danny.
Okay.
Because Danny always gets to close some decisions, But saying as well that Danny has fought the better opposition of the two, so he's fought the better opposition of the two. But I just think that Thurman's is more versatile, and I thought Peterson beat Danny, and but Danny always just gets the decision. So it's a tight fight between two good fighters, but I side with Keith.
I know some people have made, and he has frightening power. A lot of people have said maybe Thurman would come through with his power. I actually see him going on points as well.
I think it's a point where, because they both got good chins.
Yeah, both
got good chins. Both haven't really been hurt, and I think if Keith can beat Sean, he's good enough to test Danny. But Danny's got a good left hook, and I don't know. It's a very good fight. That's what boxing's about, when two good fighters are fighting each other and no one really knows who's gonna win. Like you can pick one guy, but don't mean he's gonna win. You just think he's gonna win. But it's a great fight. It's a 50-50 fight.
Ash, another guy I know you know because I've seen your sparring videos with him.
Yeah.
Just announced Kell Brook versus Errol Spence Jr. Man. I saw you. I saw you sparring. You've done well.
With 3.5 years ago now, when he was sparring with Floyd for the GORAYA fight, and then they asked me to spar with him. But I said after sparring him, I said that this guy is going to be a world champ one day. So this might be the time. At the end of the day, Kell has the experience.
Definitely.
And it's just if his potential is gonna be this fight, but it's a hard fight for Kell to. It shows what kind of champion that Kell is. That he's just come back from a hard loss and he's willing to fight his number one guy, who's seen as the most feared man in the welterweight division, and that's a great division. Yeah. So you have to give a round of applause to Kell.
Yeah.
It's a very hard fight for us. I think you could go for the experience, or you could go for the youth and the talent. So I'm not going to call who's going to win, but I think it's a very hard fight, and I did think when I sparred with Earl that he was going to be a world champ, so maybe this is...
And both have got decent power as well.
Yeah, they both have got power, so it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a very good fight. And then with the David Hay and the Tony fight, I know both guys, so I just wish the best man win.
Listen, I'm not going to say anything more, especially when you know both of the guys, so... Ash, it's been a great pleasure to see you. Hopefully you'll get, as you said, the fight in April over in the States. And anything you want to say to the viewers or your family, fans, anything?
Well, I'd just like to say to the fans, supporters, thanks for your support. It's been great being back home. The love I've got is always nice. And just anyone, if you got a goal, a dream, go and get it, because it's only you that's stopping yourself from achieving it.
There you go. Heard it from the man who's done it himself and gone over, and he's with the best promotional company. Ash, all the best for this year as well, and chat to you soon. Take care, man.